What's up, tribe? Welcome back to the mat. Today we're practicing a forearm stand flow. Don't be intimidated by forearm stand, also known as Pincha Mayurasana. We'll be working on building towards it, so no pressure to lift up and find air and catch flight. I've got no rewards for you if you do, so don't worry about it. We'll be working on opening into the shoulders, doing some strengthening, working on the building blocks towards your forearm stand, your Pincha Mayurasana. So for today, you are going to want a strap and at least a block. Really just one block, unless you know you like to use 2 blocks in your practice, in which case, by all means, use 2 blocks. You are going to want a loop in your strap, so I'm going to invite you to find that now. You want that loop to be shoulder width distance, so that when you place your arms through the loop, you have the elbows at shoulder width distance. So if you wrap the fingertips around the bottoms of the triceps, just above the elbows, that should be the exact distance that your strap is keeping the arms at. Yeah? All right, cool. So go ahead, find the loop in your strap, grab a block, unroll your mat, and I will meet you right here in a tall, comfortable seat. Alrighty, so coming into your tall seat, as always, any configuration in the legs is just fine, as long as you're sitting up with a nice long spine. Once you've found your comfortable seat, invite the eyelids to close, or you can gently lower the gaze if closing the eyes feels uncomfortable for you today. I'm starting to take the attention inward here for a few moments. Taking a scan of the body, noticing any sensations that might be present. Checking in with how everything is feeling today. And then checking in with the breath. Noticing what your breath feels like in your body today. And as we move through practice today, I invite you to become very aware of where you are placing your energy. I'll be giving you a number of options for a number of different poses, and some will ask more energy of you, some will ask less. And so your work is to consider how much energy you want to put into each of these options. And the idea here is that we practice placing our energy with intention, with mindfulness, here on the mat, here with the physical postures and with the breath. And hopefully this seeps off the mat and into life, so that you are able to place your energy mindfully in the activities you choose to partake in, the people you choose to let into your life, all of the choices you make day to day. They all require a certain amount of energy. So considering where and how you place that energy. And you can begin to turn on Ujjayi breath. And if you are familiar with Ujjayi breath, and if you would like to practice it along with your physical postures today. Begin to gently flutter the eyes open. We're going to take 5 big shoulder shrugs with breath. So you'll inhale to lift the shoulders way up by the ears, and you'll exhale out the mouth, dropping the shoulders. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Come back into your Ujjayi breath if you're practicing, and we'll begin to take some rolls of the neck. So dropping the chin towards the chest, and then bringing right ear to the right shoulder, and dropping the head around to the back, coming back to the right shoulder, and down to the chin. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder, around back, back to the left shoulder, and down. Inhale to go to the right and back. Exhale as you come back right and down. Inhale, left and back. Exhale, left and down. Making these full circles. Inhale to the right, back. Exhale to the left and down. Continue like this, taking big circles towards the right side. One more like this. Inhaling to the right and back. Exhaling to the left and down. Switching sides. Inhale to the left and back. Exhale as you come around right and down. 2 more like this. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Lifting the head back into center. Taking some rolls of the shoulders, so bringing the shoulders up, around, back, and down. And then slightly forward, up, around, back, and down. One more like this. And then reverse the direction, bringing them back, around, up, forward, and down. Back, up, forward, and down. One more like this. Beautiful. Go ahead and take hold of your strap, and we're going to come into Gomukhasana Arms. So you're going to begin by lifting the right arm high, holding on to the strap. You're going to bend the right elbow, and maybe use the left arm to snuggle the right arm kind of behind the head. So you want the right hand to be right at the upper back. The left arm will come out towards the left. Turn the thumb, so rotate the palm down, and then turning the thumb all the way around towards the back of your space. And then the left hand comes back behind you, and I'll turn around so you can see. But you are going to bring the hand around, and you'll either, if fingertips are available, clasp the fingertips. If not, you have your strap back behind you. You can hold on to your strap here in your Gomukhasana Arms. So finding your Gomukhasana Arms. And we'll take a lateral stretch here with Gomukhasana Arms. So take an inhale, lengthen crown of the head to the sky. And as you exhale, lean over towards the left. Feeling the stretch in the right side of the body. Notice if the right arm is pressing your head down so that your chin is tucking towards the chest. Go ahead and try to lift the head so that the chin is parallel towards the earth. So the head presses back into the arm as you continue opening the right side. Go ahead and inhale, lift back up to center. Gently release the arms. We're going to switch sides. So you'll take the strap in the left hand this time. Left arm goes up, bend at the elbow, bringing the left hand to the upper back. Maybe use the right hand to snuggle the arm behind the head. Right arm comes out to the right, turn the palm down, and then around to the back of your space, bringing the right hand behind you, maybe clasping fingertips, maybe grabbing hold of the strap. Take an inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, lean over towards the right. Trying to keep the left hip grounded on the earth as you open through the left side body. And then go ahead, lift back into center. Gently releasing the arms. Bringing your strap next to your mat, your block as well. We will come back to them later. Make your way into a tabletop position, hands and knees. Stacking the wrists right beneath the shoulders and the knees right beneath the hips. Begin to move through your cat-cow. So on your inhales, you'll drop the belly down, lifting the gaze and the tailbone. And on your exhales, you'll round the spine, pressing the earth away, bringing the chin towards the chest. 2 more like this. Inhale, open up the chest, lifting the gaze. And exhale, round. 1 more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Finding a neutral spine, we'll come into an extended tabletop. So go ahead and extend the right leg straight back behind you. You want the toes to point down towards the earth. Reach through the right heel. Left arm is going to extend straight out in front of you. Notice if the belly starts to sag down here. Pull the navel up towards the spine. Imagine closing the space between the low ribs and the pelvis. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Exhale, find your cat spine as you bring elbow to knee underneath you, round the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale to open. Go ahead and bend the right knee from here, and then reach back for the right foot with the left hand. Bring the gaze forward, press the foot into the hand as you open the chest towards the front of your mat. And then gently, without slingshotting that foot, release it back onto the earth. Left hand comes down, and we'll switch sides. So left leg will extend straight back. The toes point down towards the earth. Reach through the left heel. And then the right arm extends forward. Again, notice if there's any sagging in the belly. Pull the navel up towards the spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, round the back, bring elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, really feel the belly pulling up and in. Take an inhale to open. Bend the left knee, reach for left foot with the right hand. Bring the gaze forward, press the foot into the hand as you open the chest. And then gently release. From here, start to make your way into downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting knees and hips. Feel free to take any movement that feels good here in this downward facing dog. Working out any kinks, anything that feels maybe stiff or a little stuck. And when you feel that you are satisfied with movement here in this downward facing dog, start to find stillness in the shape. On an inhale, come forward into plank pose. Hands and feet should be in position for your plank. Shoulders come above the wrists, gazes towards the front edge of the mat, the belly pulls up and in. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move through a few of those here. So inhale, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. For the next 3, you have the option of lowering halfway into chaturanga and then lifting back up into plank before coming back into downward facing dog. So inhale, come forward to plank. You can stay right here, or you can take an exhale to lower to chaturanga, press back up, and then all come back to downward facing dog. So you choose if that's where you'd like to place your energy right now. Inhale, come forward. You choose stay here or lower halfway. Press back up. Downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, come forward. You choose. And downward facing dog. Bring the knees onto the earth. Bring seat to feet, forehead onto the earth. Come into a child's pose. Reach the fingertips forward. Bring the palms to touch and begin to lift the palms or the hands up towards the sky. So you want the fingertips pointing straight up towards the sky. Go ahead and release the hands. Make your way back into downward facing dog. And from here, begin to walk the feet up to the hands. Finding a Ragdoll Fold, so feet hip-width distance, keeping a generous bend in the knees, allowing the head and the torso to hang heavy. Maybe finding a gentle sway with the torso, a shifting of the weight forward and back, side to side on the feet. Checking in with the entire back body. From here, bend the knees really deeply so that the torso is sitting on the thighs. Bring the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands, reach the shoulder blades back towards each other, and then come back into your fold with this bind. You can keep the knees bent as much as you would like here. Be kind to your hamstrings. Go ahead and release the hands back onto the earth. Take an inhale, lift halfway, reach crown of the head forward. And exhale as you fold over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. One more inhale, lift halfway. On your exhale, stay right here, bringing hands onto hips. Keep a bend in the knees, and as you inhale, come all the way up to stand with a flat back. Go ahead and bring the big toes to touch, finding your Tadasana mountain pose. We'll come into a Surya Namaskar C. So you're going to hook the thumbs in front of the body. Find a gentle bend in the knees, and as you inhale, you'll swoop the arms up, finding a gentle back bend at the top, shining the heart up. And as you exhale, bring that gentle bend back into the knees, fold forward, swooping the arms all the way around behind you, clasping the hands as you fold. Release the hands onto the earth. Step the right foot way back, coming into a lunge. Inhale, open the chest towards the front of your mat. Plant the palms on the earth and step the left foot back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, come forward into plank pose. Exhale, you choose lower knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga, or modify your chaturanga. On your inhale, open the chest, cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot up in between the hands. Open the chest towards the front of your mat. And then step left foot up to meet the right as you fold. Hook thumbs in front of the body, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, rise up to stand. Open the heart to the sky. Exhale, fold back down, swooping the arms behind you, clasping the hands as you fold forward. Releasing hands onto the mat, stepping left foot way back, open the chest towards the front of your mat, lift the gaze. Plant the palms, step right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. On your exhale, you decide how you place your energy here. Lower yourself towards the earth. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step the left foot in between the hands. Open the chest towards the front of the mat. Step right foot up to meet the left as you fold. Hook the thumbs in front of the body, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale all the way to stand, open the heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. And release by the sides of the body. Inhale, arms go up high. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, make your way through. Lower towards the earth, however you'd like. On your inhale, you'll open the chest and exhale into downward facing dog. Take an inhale to lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Pull the belly up and in, and then gently step the foot between the hands. We're coming into a warrior two, so turning the left heel down at a 90-degree angle. Outside edge of the back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Lift the torso when you feel ready. Take a moment to set up the feet, steady the legs. The gaze comes over the front middle finger. Pressing firmly into the outside edge of the back foot as you reach through both sets of fingertips. Take an inhale to straighten the right leg. Begin to reach forward with the right arm. The torso comes forward as far as you can go. When you've gone as far as you can go, the right arm comes down, left arm goes up, Trikonasana triangle pose. The right hand can come onto the shin here, or you can just have it in front of the shin. Option to also bring a block underneath your hand as you work on opening the chest towards the side of your mat. So the shoulder blades pull back towards each other, nice open chest. We're gonna come up to stand. See if you can grab your strap before we do so. Press down into the feet. Use the obliques as you pull the torso up to stand. Make sure you've got your strap. Turn the right toes so they are parallel to your left toes. You are now facing the side of your mat. Right arm goes high. We're coming into those Gomukhasana arms. So bend at the right elbow. Left arm out to the left. Turning the thumb down and around to the back, and then taking hold of strap or fingertips. Press down into the feet. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine long. As you exhale, fold forward over the legs. Make sure the legs are staying active here so we're not locking out into the knees. On your next inhale, press down into the feet. Bring the torso all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Releasing the arms. Keep the strap in your hands. Now you're going to turn the left toes to face the back of your mat. And the outside edge of the right foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat now. Keep the strap in your hands. You're going to take hold of the strap just like this. So you're going to be holding it in both hands, and you want it long behind you. Come into your warrior two legs. Now you should feel the strap along your shoulder blades on your back. You've got two straight arms, nice and active. You should feel the strap. So the strap shouldn't be up here. It shouldn't be down here. You shouldn't be over-activating the arms so they're back here and you don't feel the strap on your shoulders. And you shouldn't feel a strain with the strap along the shoulder blades either. Just nice long line along the shoulder blades. Take an inhale, straighten the left leg. Reach forward. Coming into Trikonasana. So again, you should still feel the strap along the shoulder blades on the back. Nice straight line, open chest. Press down into the feet, use the obliques as you lift. Turning the left toes so they are parallel to the right toes and coming into Gomukhasana Arms on the other side. So keep the strap in the left hand as you lift the arm high, bend at the elbow, maybe snuggle it behind the head, reaching the right arm out to the right, rotating the thumb down and around to the back, and then bringing the right arm behind you, taking hold of fingertips or of the strap. Inhale, lengthen the spine long. Exhale, hinge at the hips as you fold over the legs. Notice if all of your weight is sitting back in your heels, and play with bringing some of that weight into the balls of the feet, seeking out that sweet spot right at the center of the feet so the weight is evenly distributed. From here, we're going to release the arms so you can let go of your strap. Bring the hands under shoulders as you lengthen the spine long. And then walk the hands towards the right foot, turning the right toes towards the front of your mat, coming on the ball of the back foot, planting the palms, stepping the right foot back. Taking your vinyasa here if you'd like, if that's where you'd like to place your energy. Otherwise, you'll head straight back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to step the right foot between the hands. Step the left foot up, shorten your stance. So you want the feet to be about 3 feet apart, maybe a little bit less. When you feel steady in the legs, go ahead and lift the torso, coming up to stand. So you should have your left toes pointing sort of to the upper left corner of your mat so that your hips are square to the front of your mat. You want the hips facing straight forward. We're coming into a pyramid pose here, and we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. We're going to clasp the hands. Take an inhale as you open up the chest, pulling the shoulder blades back towards each other. As you exhale, activate the legs, pull the kneecaps up towards the hip points as you begin to fold the torso over the right leg. As you fold, make sure you're pulling the right leg up into the hip socket to keep the hips relatively square and even. You're going to lower the torso as much as feels okay for you while keeping this bind. From here, we're going to come into standing splits. So you have the option of keeping this bind in the hands or releasing the hands to the earth. Decide where you're placing your energy in this pose. Bring a gentle bend into the right knee as you bring all the weight onto the right leg and start to lift the left leg up towards the sky, dropping the crown of the head down towards the earth. And then we're going to release the hands, bringing them back onto the ground. Step the left foot way back, plant the palms, right foot back. Take your vinyasa here if that's where you'd like to place your energy, or you can head straight back into downward facing dog. Coming into the left side, so left foot steps between the hands. The right foot is going to step up to shorten your stance. Once again, you want the right toes facing sort of to the right upper right corner of your mat. When you feel steady in the legs, go ahead and rise up to stand. So again, we want the hips to be squared facing the front of the mat. Go ahead and interlace the hands behind the back, pulling the shoulder blades back towards each other as you open the chest. Activate the legs, pull the left leg up into the hip socket as you begin to fold the torso over the left leg. So if you lower and this is enough for you right here, stay right here. That's totally cool. Do what works for your hamstring. If you need to bring a bend into this left knee, please do that as well. And listen to what your body has to say to you as you come in and out of these poses. Begin to lift the gaze. Start to bring all the weight onto the left foot. You can choose to keep this bind or release hands onto the earth as you lift the right leg up towards the sky and drop the crown of the head towards the earth. Go ahead and release hands onto the earth. Step the right foot way back. Plant the palms. Step left foot back. Choose whether you'd like a vinyasa or if you're heading straight into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to come into a dolphin pose. So again, you've got a number of choices. You can bring the knees down onto the earth, bring the forearms down onto the earth, and then lift back up into your dolphin. Or from downward facing dog, you can bring one elbow down and then bring the other elbow down into dolphin. Or if you would like to put some more energy into this, you can try bending the elbows, bringing them back towards the torso, trying to bring them both onto the earth at the same time. And then the chest presses back towards the legs. It's just like your downward facing dog, but on the forearms. Go ahead and lower the knees onto the earth. We're going to come into a puppy pose with your block in between the palms. So for puppy pose, we want the hips to stay right above the knees. As you reach the arms forward, you're trying to melt the chest towards the earth. Keep the block in between the palms. So you want the block right in between the hands so you can press into the block. And as you begin to lower the chest towards the earth, you can bring the forehead onto the earth, and then from here, start to lift the hands with the block up towards the sky. If you're a bit more open, maybe you can bring the chin onto the earth, looking straight out in front of you. And then gently begin to lift up out of this pose. Alrighty, bring the knees in, come to sit on your heels. And we'll play with Pincha Mayurasana, forearm stand. So we are going to use our strap and our block for this today. So you should have your loop in your strap. Again, shoulder width distance. You're going to bring your arms through the loop and then place the strap just above the elbows so that you can bend at the elbows. And once again, you want to make sure that the strap keeps the elbows at shoulder width distance. So again, if you wrap the fingertips around the bottoms of the triceps, this is the exact distance that you want the strap to be holding the arms in. Now the block is going to come in between the hands. You're going to bring the palms flat onto the earth. So if you were to look up from underneath your mat, so like from the ground up, this is what you would see on the earth. You would see two flat palms making L shapes with index fingers and thumbs, and you would see the block snuggled into those L shapes. Two parallel lines created by the arms. All of this business is going to come down onto the mat. So you want the palms flat on the earth with the block snuggled into those L shapes. From here, you're going to come back into that dolphin pose. So the same pose that we were just in, but now you've got all these props here, and your forehead might rest on the strap in between the arms. From here, start to walk the feet in towards the arms. So the gaze is going to come into the space between the arms. press down into the forearm. So notice if you start to collapse down here, you gotta press the earth away, really pressing the chest back, and then maybe walk the feet in a bit more. When you can no longer walk the feet in, lift one leg up to the sky. And then from here, start to come all the way up on tippy toes, shifting the weight forward, and then come back down. And then come up onto tippy toes and come back down. And tippy toes and lower. And maybe you've stacked the weight enough that you can just shift the weight forward. So typically, we start to hop to kick the feet up towards this posture. I prefer teaching it this way, where you are slowly trying to shift into the pose. Because when we use momentum to come into a pose, once we get there, there's nowhere for that momentum to go, which is why we fall out of the poses. So, keeping your props, and the reason we're using these props is because the tendency in this pose is for the arms to do this. So the elbows want to go out, the hands want to go in. It's easier on the body to do that, but that places us in misalignment. It places the elbows out of line with the shoulders and out of line with the wrists, which puts all of the joints at risk. So that's why we use the props to help remind the body to stay put. So let's try that again. Come back into your dolphin pose, set it up. From your dolphin, you'll walk the feet in, and you decide where you want to stay. So if you're staying right here, dolphin pose, just trying to maintain strength, pressing the chest back, pressing down into the hands and the forearms, stay right here. Decide where you're placing your energy today. You don't have to come all the way into this pose. If you're coming with me here, you're walking the feet in. So the idea is you're trying to feel for the hips to stack above the shoulders before you start lifting legs. And then shifting the weight forward and back until maybe you can lift up a little bit. So you can see that I'm not making these big old hops. It creates a lot more instability that way. You want it to be more of a shifting of the weight. And the lifted leg has to stay really active. So the lifted leg is reaching up for the sky as the bottom leg is shifting, maybe slightly hopping you up. So we'll play with that one more time. So if you need to take a break, take a break. I think that goes without saying. Whenever you need breaks, take them. If you need to be in child's pose for all of this business, feel free to be in child's pose. That is totally cool. If you want to play with this one more time, come on with me. Come back into the pose. So make sure you've got your props set up. Palms are flat. You want to press into the hands in this pose. Coming into dolphin, hips are high. Walking the feet in. You want to feel for stacking of the hips over the shoulders, and then lifting a leg. And playing with that shifting of the weight, getting the feel for what it feels like to be upside down without lifting the foot yet. And then maybe finding some lift. And if you do find lift, reach the legs actively for the sky. Squeeze them together. Press down into the hands, down into the forearms. And when you're ready to let all of that go, let it go. Come on down. You can move your props off to the side and make your way into a well-deserved child's pose. Bringing the forehead down onto the earth. Go ahead and release the arms next to the body, bringing the hands back towards the feet so that the shoulders can really release and relax. Slowly begin to lift the torso. And one thing I forgot to mention was that if you would like to use the wall as you work on Pincha Mayurasana, feel free to do so. I like teaching it, to be honest, away from the wall because, again, having the wall encourages those big old hops that kind of throw you up against the wall, which is great for getting a feel for what it's like to be upside down, what it's like to have the legs over the head that way. But my recommendation is not to get used to that too much, because that kind of momentum, again, like I said, once you're up there, there's nowhere for that momentum to go other than back down. Alrighty, start to make your way onto your back. We'll take a few bridge waves. So coming to lie all the way back. So arms are next to the body here. As you inhale, you're going to lift the hips up towards the sky, and at the same time, lift the arms all the way up and overhead. You'll touch the ground over your head. And then as you exhale, you'll bring the arms back around and down as you lower the hips towards the earth. Inhale, lift, arms go up and back. And exhale to lower. We'll take 2 more like this. And then from here, go ahead and bring these soles of the feet together, coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana, so reclined butterfly. If this feels like it's a strain on the knees, you can make 2 fists with your hands and bring the fists just underneath the upper thighs, like right underneath your glutes, and allow the legs to sort of rest on the fists. If that is annoying for your fists, you can also bring a couple blocks, or if you've got bolsters or pillows or cushions, whatever you've got, you can bring them underneath the legs to help minimize some of the strain on the legs. The hands can come onto the lower belly, or you can release them by the sides of the body, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Go ahead and take a big breath in, filling up the belly. Open the mouth and let it go. One more big breath like that. Open the mouth, release. Staying here for a few moments. Begin to bring some gentle movement into fingers and toes. And starting to slowly and gently lift the knees up towards the sky. Bringing the feet flat onto your mat. And from here, rolling onto the side of your choice. And taking a moment. When you feel ready, use the hands to press you up into a comfortable seat. Taking a moment here in your seat. Taking stock of your energy and what it feels like right now. And taking a moment to think about where you'd like to place your energy the rest of this day. How do you want to use your energy? With whom, on what, where? Go ahead and bring the palms to touch at heart center. And bowing the head gently towards the hands. Gratitude for this practice. Gently fluttering the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today for this practice. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want more free yoga, and I'll meet you back here on the mat next time. Thanks again for being here. Namaste.